Sometimes carers find it very difficult to hand over the care to total strangers, and we understand that. So again, if we can involve the primary carer in that process, it makes it a lot easier both for the primary carer and for the staff to understand where that resident has come from. It also values the wonderful, wonderful care that's happened out in the community, and we harness their knowledge and their insight into their relative to make that transition process easier. So when a relative is finding it difficult to hand over to us, we'd involve them in the process of ongoing care. So it might be asking them questions about the most appropriate way to give medications, the most appropriate timing for the medications. It might be encouraging them to be, maybe they're resistive to showering and dressing. Then we might say to the primary carer that's been looking after them out in the community, when did you have the most success? How did you manage it at home? And utilising some of those skills when they come in here. In some instances, it might be a case of asking that primary carer to continue doing that care during the settling in period. And most family members are very willing to do that. They're happier to be part of that transition process rather than being excluded.
So family members can be really quite involved in the care of a loved one, or they can step back and hand over care.
Family members can be encouraged to care for their relative in the home, be there at meal times, assist with meals, assist with bathing or dressing, any number of issues. Or it might be that they just want to assist with the activities program so that they can see the enjoyment that their family member gets out of participating. For other family members, they might feel as though they've done as much as they possibly could and they're very happy to hand over the care to the professionals. But even in that instance, we'd still be looking for the family members to actively participate in the emotional support of the resident. So they may not be doing the physical any longer, but you can encourage them to be part of the emotional support program. So practical ways to be involved when a resident is admitted into a home. It quite often takes a while for people to feel comfortable and to start looking at the residential home as their relative's actual home. Once they become familiar with the staff, they become familiar with the routines of the home, they might identify an area where they want to help. They might only want to help with their relative, or they might want to volunteer with one of the activities. They might assist residents to an activity. Maybe we've got a visiting entertainer in the home and there's a number of people that need to come in the wheelchairs. Quite often visitors will offer to help transfer people to where the activities is. They might want to participate in the scoring of the bowls game, or joining in on at meal times and having a meal with the resident. They might, all nursing homes have volunteers. So for some family members, they actually register as a volunteer in a formal capacity and find it very rewarding doing the ice cream trolley once a week for all the residents, not just their resident. Or they might take their resident with them to do the ice cream trolley. So they're doing something with their relative, but they're also doing something for the community within the nursing home. Mm-hmm. But that generally takes a little while for people to find out what they feel comfortable doing. Then it's a case of just going to the manager of the home or the recreation activities officer and saying, I'd like to be able to do something, but I'm not sure what I would like to do. And quite often people will come up with ideas and you'll go, yes, that's what I want to do.